Welcome to the premiere edition of Adventist Vegetarian Diabetics recipe book. In the first, original, edition of our classic book, Adventist Vegetarian Diabetics, 2021, we included 21 recipes from Cultural Adventism. We now have too many recipes to include in the second edition of Adventist Vegetarian Diabetics, 2023, but enough to create this first edition of Adventist Vegetarian Diabetics recipe book. The recipes in this collection are original from members of the Adventist Vegetarian Diabetics Facebook group or were significantly altered to make them suitable for Adventist Vegetarian Diabetics. Every recipe has been kitchen tested by one or more members of the Facebook group, Adventist Vegetarian Diabetics, and was found to not spike their 1-hour post-meal blood glucose. Spike is defined as more than 20 to 30 milligrams per deciliter, 1.1 to 1.7 millimoles per liter, above pre-meal number. Because we believe that the only way to be intellectually honest about carb calculations is to count total carbohydrates, including fiber and sugar alcohols, the recipes in this book reflect that practice. We have tried to use a minimal amount of, or no, artificial sweeteners, and many times we needed to reduce the serving size of sugar-free foods. Sometimes, we had to categorize a recipe as moderate carb or ADA compliant rather than low carb. The recipes in this book range from keto very low carb to low carb and moderate carb. For keto very low carb, a serving size should be 5 or fewer grams of total carbs. Low carb should be fewer than 10 grams of total carbs per serving. A serving of 15 grams of net carbs would be moderate carb, or in compliance with the American Diabetes Association, ADA, recommendations. The most reliable criteria for any food or recipe is N=1, or how that food or recipe affects your blood glucose. Pay special attention to the blood glucose peak that occurs 60 to 90 minutes after the start of your meal. At the end of this recipe book is the Adventist Vegetarian Diabetics low-carb food list for diabetics, which includes the procedure for eating to your meter. Adventist Vegetarian Diabetics recipe book is available on Amazon in both Kindle and paperback formats.